The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Service Matters is sponsored by Vertec.
Greetings, thank you for joining us, and welcome once again to another edition of Service Matters, a monthly TV show that talks about the good things that happen in local communities and beyond. We also recognize and pay tribute to organizations, to individuals, and even to businesses that step up to the plate to do good things, to make a difference in a local town or city. And today, I'm so happy to have two special guests. We're going to talk baseball today. We're going to talk about the Brockton Rox, and we're going to meet the general manager and the person that's in charge of marketing and promotion. I'm Dave Clifton. I'm happy to be the host of Service Matters, and we talk an awful lot about service and how important it is. And I say to folks out there, even young people, it's so important to give back to your community. And yes, we talk about the good things that happen in local communities. And today we're going to meet our guest. On my right, we have the general manager of the Brockton Rox, located over at Campanelli Stadium in Brockton, Massachusetts, the city of champions. And of course, to my left, we have Maddy Canning. And Maddy is the person in charge of marketing. She spends a lot of time trying to promote the Brockton Rox. And of course, when I think about Campanelli Stadium, and I'll go to our general manager first, they were taking place beginning in 2002, I think. And of course, Campanelli Stadium holds about 4,750, if I'm not correct. That's a lot of people, and it's more than just baseball. But tell me something about yourself.
Yeah.
I know that this is your first year with the Brockton Rox.
Sure.
Tell me about your background.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so I grew up in Western Massachusetts, so a town called Pittsfield. So, yeah, I remember in high school, my dad saying, well, not like saying, but, wanted me to get a job, start, pulling my weight a little. And there was actually a new baseball team just joining my area. It was a summer collegiate league. So went there, filled out an application. So started working there when I was 16. Did my summers there through high school, through college. So doing promotions, throwing out, T-shirts, all that fun stuff, kind of wherever you needed. And then, after I graduated college, I wanted to keep working in sports. It was a lot of fun. So, I was applying around, and the first job I got was actually that team I started with. So it was the first full-time job I got there. So did a season there in 2019, and then I actually spent the last 5 years out in Indiana working for a minor league team out that way. So, but then the opportunity, popped up to come back east with family and all that.
Okay.
And I'd heard of Brockton before, and it was good market, new ownership coming in. So it's a great opportunity. So packed up a U-Haul and headed back this way. So
Well, welcome to the Brockton Rox, and of course, Brockton, Massachusetts. And Maddy, before I go to you, I did want to say to the folks over at Brockton Rox, and you can pass the message over to others like your owners, that we appreciated very much the Town of Easton to have an Easton night last season when we were celebrating our 300th anniversary as a community. This is a town that's rich in history. It's a community that cares, a community that cheers. And to be able to go to the Brockton Rox over at Campanelli Stadium and have our select board throw out the first pitch, and they were all strikes, by the way.
no, I can imagine. Yeah.
The fact is that we kind of like took over the stadium that night, and you made us feel at home. And we're forever grateful for you to help. Certainly, our theme was to bring families and community together, and that was emphasized at Campanelli Stadium. They came out. Not everybody in town was able to make it, but the fact is that you opened up your doors, and we certainly appreciate it. Maddy, your role is marketing director, and you also promote the team. How do you like your job? And tell us, is there anything else that you do at the park beside marketing?
Yeah, so I'm the director of marketing and promotions, which means I get to kind of touch all things marketing, whether that's digital. So I run all our social media, our website, any like traditional marketing. If you've seen our billboards, that was all us in office. And then on the promotional side of things, I get to plan all our theme nights, all our giveaways. I pretty much get to do all the fun stuff, which is very cool. Yeah.
I noticed you at the park with a smile on your face, with a microphone, talking to young people at the field, and a mad rush to get a baseball. All those kinds of things happen, and it's just nice to be able to bring the family together. You have music, you have entertainment, plenty of food, and that's really what makes a nice evening for a family, and it's not that expensive. What does it cost to buy a ticket?
It's $14 just to get in there. Parking's free, so that's definitely something we emphasize. It's just affordability, Not, every family can go up to Fenway and, pay to park and pay, crazy astronomical prices when, a family of four can just come down to the stadium and have a great time and not break the bank.
Terrific. Tell us something about the ownership. I know that one of my favorite professional baseball players was Jim Rice. Mm. He's a guy that was a Hall of Famer. He could hit the home runs, no doubt about it. I forget the number, 831 home runs as a Red Sox player. And I remember that outfield of Yastrzemski, Jim Rice, and of course they had Tony Klinger out there. I was honored to be Tony's high school coach, and it brings back memories. And to see Jim, he's into community service, he's into doing things, and of course he spent a lot of time in Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. So he wanted to give back. How did Jim Rice find out about the Brockton Rox? Was there a contact?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the Rox name has been around for a while, and kind of like when our new ownership group came in, they've been in baseball for a while. They own a team in New York as well, and have had some pieces in other teams kind of around the country. So I think when they came back in with the idea of kind of just bringing professional baseball back to Brockton, something it hadn't had for 10 plus years, I think that kind of got some interest in there, and somebody knew the right people, and obviously Jim wanted to get involved, which was great. It shows his commitment to Brockton and the community and our level of baseball. Just knowing these guys are out there, working really hard, playing, so it's a great opportunity. So we're happy to have him there.
Maddy, I wanted to ask you, a lot of fun things happen at Campanelli Stadium when there's a home game. What are some of the fun things that actually take place? You would know if anybody would. I see people running around the stadium, and I see microphones popping up. I see people standing on top of the dugouts. Mm-hmm. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I think it's actually kind of funny what happens at Campanelli Stadium, because I think when a lot of people think of baseball, they think it's a very slow game. I think when people criticize baseball, that's usually what they have to say about it. But for us, at least behind the scenes, it's anything but slow. Like Connor kind of said before, like we always get our steps in every day. So even when there's not something happening on the field, there's something happening in the stadium, whether that's a hot dog eating contest on the dugout or a t-shirt toss or anything like that. So we're constantly keeping fans engaged.
Tell us about this shirt that I have on. I know this is a Brockton Rox shirt that was given out at one of the games that I happen to be at.
Yeah.
You every now and then you have a promotion.
Yeah, so that's part of what we do in the off season is kind of how much fun can we pack into a season. So that's a really fun part of my job that I get to think about our giveaways. I think we've had 10 giveaways this season, this being one of them, the lovely shirt that you're rocking. We have a few more coming up, so that's a pretty cool way to engage fans. That was with our Margaritaville theme. Sometimes they'll have nothing to do with the theme. Sometimes they're like the whole basis of the night. So that's a really cool way to kind of also work in that affordable family fun. Who doesn't like free stuff, right?
It's terrific, terrific. And I know that there's a lot of teams. It's called the Frontier League.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. What are some of the teams that the Brockton Rox compete against? I know I saw the schedule, and that there were all different kinds of teams, some from Canada.
Yeah, so it's actually great. I mean, the league, it's been around for like 30 years now, but the growth they've seen, especially in the last 5 to 10 years with adding teams, adding markets. But yeah, it's a Frontier League, so there's an Atlantic and a Midwest division. So like I said, 18 teams. We are the only Massachusetts team right now in our, actually in the whole league, obviously, but there's 2 in New York, 2 New Jersey, and then 3 in Canada. And those are the ones. Yep, those are the ones we primarily play. And then usually once a season, they'll do like a Midwest trip. So oddly enough, our guys are over in Joliet, Illinois right now. So they'll be there for a little bit, and then they travel to outside of Pittsburgh and then back to Brockton. So fun 18-hour bus ride for them.
I know one of the questions that someone asked me, they knew I was going to be talking to the general manager today of the Brockton Rox. Do players get paid for playing? And,
they do, yeah. Yep. Yeah, so at this level, so it's independent baseball, so they do get paid. A lot of the guys, anywhere from like 22 to like 28 in age. So it's a great opportunity for players that can still play at a high level. Some maybe didn't get drafted out of college. Some maybe were drafted, but cut from the minor league system, and they want that second chance.
Are there any players that actually got an opportunity to sign as a result of playing in the Frontier League?
No, yeah. I mean, there's players almost daily that get signed and picked up by MLB teams. We had a catcher played for us last season, got signed by the Astros in the offseason, so his contract got picked up. So, yeah, there's always scouts coming to games and guys getting looked at. So,
it's amazing, folks. It's very appropriate that the Boston Red Sox 14 straight wins, and here we are talking baseball. Here in the, I should say, Brockton, Easton, Sharon area. And I know that it's the all-American game, no doubt about it. As a kid growing up, picking up a baseball bat, it seems to be the game that everybody wants to learn. Not everybody can turn professional. But do you have players that repeat coming back each season, or is it a new roster every year?
No, it's definitely a lot of repeat. Yeah, I mean, I think even from this year to last, about like 75% of our roster are guys that are returners, which I think is awesome because it just shows their commitment to Brockton and trying to make it a successful team. And you can tell that they enjoy being here, they enjoy playing here. So, but yeah, even like the last, since going back to professional baseball here, and we've had a decent amount of guys coming back each year, which is awesome. And of course, you want some new faces. It's good to kind of bring them into the market, but again, just showing these guys' commitment to Brockton and making it work is awesome.
How's the team doing this year?
Doing great. We just hit, as of today, this morning, we hit our 30th win, so we're 30-31. So right in the thick of it.
They have a chance at the playoffs then?
Yeah. I'm not going to knock on wood or say anything, but yeah, they're right in it though. So we have a great, really competitive team this year.
And Maddy, how long you been with the Brockton Rox?
This is my 3rd season, second full-time. I started as an intern 2 years ago.
That's terrific. And you bring, as I said to you before, you've got a face for TV. So you just look at the camera and that'll draw more people. The fact is that you got that energy and you got that spirit, and you can see it at the field, People enjoy talking with you. And I know you don't play baseball, but the fact is that you're an important part of the organization. Yeah. You sounded like you could still hit the ball then.
Oh, yeah. We have our intern staff softball game coming up. I plan on hitting a few dingers, pretty much. Yeah.
Now, if people want tickets, maybe you might want to mention what the cost might be, where they can get tickets. Is there a telephone number? Is there a web page where people can contact?
Yeah, so we have a few ways. You are always welcome to call our office. All of our information is online. We have our webpage, which will bring you right to a direct link where you can buy tickets. We also have different ways that you can come to the stadium and watch a game. We have a ton of different value packs that's a cool way I get to work with the sales department, kind of collaborating on theme nights and how we can kind of bundle things up. A lot of our value packs will be like 4 tickets to a different game, 4 tickets to a specific themed game. Then that will include the giveaway and a meal voucher.
Package plan.
Yeah, so that's, again, affordable family fun. Like, we're really working with that in there. And then we have group outings, we have luxury suites. So there are a ton of different ways you can come out and watch a game and have fun at Campanelli.
Are there other events that take place at Campanelli Stadium beside baseball? Do you rent out for other functions?
Yeah, we've done a ton of different events. I mean, Connor can speak to that probably a little bit more closely.
Yeah, well, I know we just coming off the World Cup watch party, so that was pretty awesome. Yeah. We do a lot of which is great, like youth sports involvement. So travel ball tournaments will come, rent out the stadium. Obviously, Brockton High School plays their home games there as well. So, I mean, we just hosted yesterday the Battle of the Badges. Brockton Fire versus Brockton PD charity softball game just yesterday. So it's year-round use, which is awesome. And it's such a great venue, so you want to see a lot of community involvement there. So I know in the past they've done concerts, things like that. So I mean, there's plenty of fun stuff you can do there.
And I'm going to be talking to Connor about the possibility of doing a Rotary Lions night at Campanelli Stadium maybe next season, and an opportunity to bring their families out. I'm talking about not just one club, but I'm talking about a number of Lions clubs, a number of Rotary clubs. These are organizations that give back to the community, and they do what they can to help people out in need. 2 organizations that I think are absolutely terrific. The Lions motto is we serve, and the Rotary International motto is service above self. And of course, you folks are doing a great job trying to serve communities. Yes, the highlight is baseball, but more important than that, it's bringing families together to enjoy time together. And I think that's important for any family to do things. Because I tell you, parents, the kids grow up fast. Before you know it, time passes by. Do what you can with them while they're young. Something that you might want to say to folks out there if they want to enjoy a night out with family, or maybe they have something in mind they'd like to come over and share an idea with you. Is there something you got an open door policy?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And that's what's great about like minor league baseball and sports in general. It's like, we let the interns, like I tell them, if you have any ideas, if you see a way we can improve, way we can get more people in, let us know. And especially me being kind of just new to, this end of the state, this market, I just want to kind of get as involved as I can with the community and, kind of get the Rox name out there more. So anyone's always welcome to stop by the office.
Tell us about some of the other owners that are involved and who's the manager of the Brockton Rox.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so our main owners, it's a father-son duo there, Bill and Rob Janishek, their names are. So they own the New York Boulders baseball team, also in our league. So Rob is kind of day-to-day running that, while kind of overseeing both teams here. So again, great people to work with. They're really invested in the Brockton community here. They see a lot of potential and kind of grown it to what it was when it once first started there. So. And then our manager is Jared Edmondson, so longtime baseball player, played independent baseball all around New England, played in Brockton to be in fact. So he's this will be his 3rd season.
I recognize the name.
Yeah, his 3rd season here. So again, just another guy. He's really invested in making it a good winning baseball program here again in Brockton. So.
And I had a dream that I wanted to share with you, Connor and Maddy, that this happens to be the year that our country is celebrating their 250th anniversary. I'd like to see a night at Campanelli Stadium for veterans. Maybe you've already done this, or maybe you can consider the possibility of getting veterans with music from the military to salute the veterans on camera it would be something that you can add to your list. You probably got all kinds of suggestions, but to me, honoring the veterans during the 250th anniversary of the USA really certainly makes sense.
Yeah, no, I mean, we did. I don't know if Maddy wants to touch on that. We did kind of.
We did a, and we've done it, I think we've done it in the past multiple times a year, so always open to suggestions, but we had a military appreciation night this year.
Okay.
We had a hat giveaway. We had a whole bunch of prizes given away to veterans and active military. It was free entry for all veterans and active military. And then besides that, every game we also do veterans of the game. So that's either just acknowledging all veterans in the ballpark, giving them their moment, giving them that minute and a half while the guys are warming up, kind of devoting it to them and everybody in the crowd. Sometimes we have a veteran of the game and we give them, a certificate, and we just give them a moment, even just a moment on the video board. It can really make a difference for people.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And that video board is something that's at every ballpark, and that's absolutely terrific. How many employees do you actually have that work at the park? All different kinds of them, not just baseball people, but someone's got to make the field come out the way it should be.
Yeah, of course. So, year-round, full-time, we're a small operation. It's myself, Maddy, and another gentleman, Dustin, who runs all of our ticketing. Yep. And then throughout the season, once the season starts, we have a lot of help come in. So we have several grounds guys who take care of the field, take care of the infield, mow, and all that. We have concession staff. Obviously, you got to have hot dogs at a baseball game, so they take care of all that. A huge piece is our broadcaster, Quinn. He comes in for the season, handles the streaming, handles the video board stuff, things like that. He has a crew. It's really well, we wouldn't function well as the way we do without, the people around us. So we got a good group that come in.
I remember last year, Connor, I went to the stadium to meet with the owner, and I couldn't find him. And he was out on a tractor cutting the grass.
Yeah.
So that was impressive. You talk about people, regardless of the role that they play, they pitch in.
Yeah, exactly.
And do what they can. And he said to me when he got off the track, sorry to keep you waiting. I was impressed with that, And next they'll have Maddy out there cutting grass. So you've been doing that already.
2 days ago I was on that tractor.
That's true. That's true.
How about baseball players out there that have had some success in high school and college? Do you have tryouts for the Brockton Rox, or it's just by contact?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is by contact. I know Jared's always out scouting and then looking around. We don't have an actual tryout, but the Frontier League as a whole, once a year, preseason, they do a large tryout. So anywhere from, I think, 500 to 600 invites, or people can sign up and pay to kind of get scouted out for all the different 18 teams that are there. So I know next year it should be in New York, I believe. So always a good opportunity for guys to get showcased and hopefully signed by a team.
So folks out there in our viewing audience, if you're interested in baseball and you're competitive and you still would like to continue playing, you heard it right here from the general manager of the Brockton Rox that in New York they will have an official tryout for the Frontier League. And of course, I'm sure that the owners are there to take a look at what might be available. Maddy, I'm going to ask you some final comments that you would like to make as we head towards the end of our show. And I thank you so much for the good things that you do over there at Campanelli Stadium.
Of course. Well, first off, it's a privilege to be able to do any of it, honestly. At the end of the day, we get to show up to a ballpark every day for work and kind of serve the people around us. And we're just in the memory making business, so it's kind of the coolest job ever. We have a lot of really fun stuff coming up in August. Be on the lookout for giveaways. You can tune in on our socials. We update everything there on our webpage, but we're always doing something, so everybody stay tuned.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And our general manager, Connor Carey, he comes from the Pittsfield, Massachusetts area. the home of Vinnie Hebert, I should say, and Johnny Marchese. I don't know if those names sound familiar.
Unfortunately, no, nothing there. I
They've
need to do
held
my
some
trivia.
political offices in that city. But what would you like to say about the Brockton Rox? I know we got a viewing audience out there, and maybe they're thinking about the possibility of bringing their families to the Brockton Rox. It's a safe place to go. There's plenty of food there on sale.
Oh yeah.
And anything else you'd like to say to folks out there that may be watching?
Yeah, of course. I mean, again, me being kind of new to the area, a lot of people talk to me how great it was when it first opened, 20 plus years ago, and I just try to remind them like it's still great. It might not be as new, but it's still, we have a great ownership behind us. We have a great product on the field. Again, great promotions, great marketing, great things going on, and I just want to see people show up. It's such a great venue and a great setup. You want to see it packed. So whatever we got to do to get people in the ballpark is our goal here.
And again, we want to give a thank you and shout out to one of the owners, Jim Rice. And of course, he's a familiar name, comes from Anderson, South Carolina. We're happy to have him in Massachusetts, and we thank him so much for jumping in with the community spirit to have a team right here in Brockton, Massachusetts. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you both. Connor, of course, is the general manager, and of course, Maddy, with her smiling face. She is in charge, or the director of marketing and promotion. And it's a great night out. And one thing I'd like to add to my conversation, fireworks night on Saturday evenings.
Yeah.
Is that all season?
All season.
All season, every
Every
Saturday.
Saturday. We got 3 more.
Now, can you imagine going to Campanelli Stadium on a nice night to watch a good ball game, to have a hot dog, and don't forget the ice cream, and at the same time stick around for a fireworks display. And when you're watching those fireworks go up in the air, you think about the importance of people and families coming together. Well, folks, that's going to wrap it up for our show today. I'm Dave Clifton, happy to host Service Matters. I say to each and every one of you out there, go forth to serve. Do it with a smile on your face. And if you're going to do something good to help someone out, do it certainly with the dignity that it deserves. Thank you for joining us on Service Matters.
Service Matters is sponsored by Vertec.